There is a grief that does not ask for your tears. It asks for your chair. The morning after the worst day of your life, the world does something almost unforgivable. It continues. The messages arrive. The decisions wait. The people who depend on you still look up, and their eyes have not changed. And somewhere in you, a voice says, "Not today. Today I am excused." 2 men heard that voice more clearly than most of us ever will. An emperor who buried his children while a plague burned through his empire, and a king who lay 7 nights on the ground, pleading for a life that was not spared. Neither one was excused. Neither one collapsed. This is the story of the wound that does not rule. Rome, 166 years after Christ. The legions come home from the east carrying victory and something else, a fever the physicians cannot name. It will burn through the empire for years. It will kill millions. The man responsible for all of it is already acquainted with death. At least a dozen children were born to Marcus Aurelius. Most did not outlive him. He knew the small coffin. He knew it again and again. And here is what history records. He did not stop. Not because he felt nothing. His private notebook betrays him. At night, by lamplight, he returns to a hard old lesson. As you kiss your child goodnight, whisper to yourself, "They may not wake." He wrote it because the wound was awake, and because morning was coming, and with it, the empire. The empire did not pause for his sons. So Marcus built a room inside himself that grief could enter, but not govern. Reason stood at the door. Loss, he wrote, is nothing but change. Not because it doesn't cut, because the cut is not in command. He mourned as a father. He ruled as an emperor. He refused to let the second drown in the first. But reason can only hold the door. It cannot tell you what the loss was for. For that, look 1,000 years earlier, at a king, face down on a stone floor, Jerusalem. A child is dying, and the most powerful man in Israel is on the ground. King David will not rise, will not eat, will not wash. 7 days. The elders of his house stand over him, pleading. He does not move. If there is a chance, one chance, that God will relent, David will spend every hour of it on his face. The strongest man in the kingdom is showing you what full-strength grief looks like, carrying your sorrow directly to the throne of God and refusing to leave. On the 7th day, the child dies. The servants are afraid to tell him. If he did this while the child lived, they whisper, "What will he do now?" What he does next has unsettled readers for 3,000 years. He rises, he washes, he worships. Then he eats. His servants cannot understand it. His answer is one of the most severe in all of Scripture. While the child lived, I fasted and wept. I thought, who knows, the Lord may yet be gracious. But he is gone now. Can I bring him back? I shall go to him. He shall not return to me. Hear what that is. Not coldness, not denial. Trust, with a floor under it. David grieved with everything he had, for exactly as long as grief could serve. And when it could serve nothing, he laid it down before it became his master. He did not understand the loss. He worshipped anyway. 2 men, 2 graves, 2 refusals. Marcus built a wall, reason at the door, so sorrow could live in the house without seizing the throne. David went lower, to the floor, all the way down, and found a foundation there. The wound is real, and God is still God, both true at once. The wall keeps grief from ruling you. The foundation keeps it from emptying you. And notice what neither man did. Neither pretended the loss was small. Neither numbed it, outran it, or handed it a crown. There is a version of you that grief would gladly build, bitter, absent, excused from everything. Because here is the truth no one says at funerals. Loss will come for your character before it comes for your calendar. It will offer you a lifetime of exemptions, and the people who depend on you will pay for everyone you accept. You do not choose whether the wound arrives. You choose whether it rules. Carried rightly, the wound becomes gravity. It deepens the voice. It steadies the hand. Whoever has buried something and still shows up is not colder than the rest of us. They are heavier, and rooms can feel it. The forge does not spare the iron. That was never its purpose. Its purpose is what the iron becomes. So, when loss arrives, which holds you upright? The wall of reason or the floor of worship? Pillar 1, 2, or 3? Which one found you today? Tell me in the comments. Subscribe to the Principal Forge, where Stoic wisdom meets biblical truth. New videos weekly. Step into the forge.